And welcome to another video. Today we're back in regular Great League and we're going to be testing out a team double water in the back, but basically Shadow Aboma with Jellicent. Obviously the Aboma's running the standard moveset just with that extra bit of attack. And Azu, but Azu's just going to be running Bubble, Hydro, Play Rough. May change from Play Rough. Lost a couple of games as a result of not running Ice Beam, but and Jellicent with Hex, Shadow Ball, and Ice Beam. So double nuke on that. So let's get into the games and see how the team works out. So it's Shadow Aboma on the lead, and all these games are at the around 2900 mark, a little bit above. So first one, Empoleon. Pretty decent lead for us. Obviously resisting the waterfalls and the energy balls going to hit for super effective. Actually, this might be neutral. I don't know. The steel typing obviously resists grass, but the Aboma hits so hard that I imagine one energy ball would be enough to KO, particularly after a few padded snows and the shadow being the shadow variant. So just going straight nukes here and quite happy to just get both shields. And he's throwing here, so we're just going to let it go down. We've got some pretty potent weapons in the back, and we can load up on energy here with the Jellicent, and they've decided they're going to go into Altaria, which, look, that might normally work, but it's not going to work today. They obviously thought that we wouldn't have any answers for that, and there's our answer right there. So, doesn't quite one-shot, but we can shield here and farm down and just have another Shadow Ball ready to go. So, really, really good for us. Going to come back in with the Empoleon, maybe. No, they're coming in with the Mandibuzz in the back, but issue we've got now is that we've got two really good counters to both those, and he'd just swapped out, so he's switch locked in here for a while, and we can just farm up on energy, and that's the plan. Just get as much energy as we can on the Empoleon, on the Azu until the Empoleon comes back in, and obviously none of the moves hit very hard, but Empoleon's pretty squishy in this league, so all we're going to do here is look to farm down, get to a move if we can. The only danger we've got is we don't want to get drill pecked to death, so we should be able to survive another one here, and we've got the Play Rough, so we'll bank that move, and we'll just go back into the jelly and farm down. And the Mandibuzz can't really afford to not throw here, so we'll just get this Ice Beam off, and that'll threaten them to have to throw. And it looks like it was CMP. And let's see if they decide to KO us here. Not quite, but they're only going to get one extra foul play in, and we've got the Play Rough ready to go. So nice clean win there. All right, into the next game now. Got Mew on the lead here. Obviously, Mew's pretty squishy, and we'll be able to pressure here, and could be the Asian Milkman line, but typically Mews these days run Surf and Wild Charge. We're not going to risk it here. It looks like they're probably out of Surf, but there's no need for us to risk it here. We'll just shield and we'll keep farming. And they've gone into Ninetales, and we're throwing a Weather Ball here, and hopefully we grab a shield, which we do, and now we can go into Azu. So it's a Charm Ninetales. Wasn't too familiar with this matchup, but don't see a lot of Charm Ninetales around. So I've let the Side Shock through, and we'll get to the move here. But I've gone for the Hydro. Probably should have gone for the Play Rough. Still would have done a lot of damage, and unfortunately we spent all that energy and got nothing back for it. So they're going to charm us all the way down here, so that's pretty unfortunate. Still not in a bad position though, so we can actually come in with the jelly now. Charm's only neutral. It will do a little bit of damage. This would just be Side Shock, so we don't need to worry there. And we can just get to the move here, and let's see what happens next. Alright, so that's gone through. Mew comes back in, we can farm down, just shield and farm down. And I don't think he's got any shields left, so Shadow Ball would well and truly KO, and they know it, so they've left. So another good game there. All right, into the next game here. Stunfisk. Okay, so Stunfisk pretty neutral. Obviously, a Boma, those rock slides pretty much one hit KO. So there's a couple of ways you can go about this. You basically reach the moves at the exact same time, the rock slides, as you can see here. So what I like to do is stay in and see when they throw. So he's thrown right on the move. So this time what I'm going to do is build up and then switch on the move. And I've done it there and caught him. So yeah, that's a good way to go. Sometimes people overfarm, but they generally don't overfarm on the second move quite as much. Anyway, the Venusaur comes in here, and we're going to throw the Ice Beam. He's probably thinking Shadow Ball here, which he'll survive. Ice Beam, he does survive as well. But the beauty is, if it's low enough, and yeah, he's at the move now, I only need to get one more move through. So I'm going to shield and just take all this energy and maintain some switch here. I've lost both my shields, but the grass type's gone. And I can throw the Shadow Ball here. Now, I don't want to get farmed down here, so I'm going to go straight back into my Boma and start throwing Weather Balls like crazy, just to see if I can get these shields. And from what we've seen, this is the FP6 line that everyone loves so much, so we're playing it pretty well here. We can pressure these shields. He has to shield, or he has to throw. And what that means is we're left with our... yeah, he's throwing all his energy there. And what we can do here is just farm down with Azu. He can't switch. He's locked in. And all we're going to do, even if he throws Hurricane and he realises now he's just going to get Hydro pumped. So GG's there. So that's a good way to beat the FP6 line if they decide to play it like they did there. All right, Stunfisk. Again... it's key that you try and switch on the move. So I like to throw, see what happens, and then see if we can get out on the move. Sometimes it doesn't work though. If they overfarm, now this guy threw right on the move, so we know for next time we can probably get him right on the move. All right, so next one coming through, same again, bang, got him. And that energy waste and the fact that we've got a Weather Ball loaded on the Aboma is really good. We have to keep the Aboma alive too, for the very reason that a lot of people are carrying at least one grass. So what we can do here is throw the Ice Beam. This Frenzy won't quite KO because Meganium's pretty defense weighted. So we throw here. They're not going to shield this. They're probably thinking it's Shadow Ball or whatever, and that's perfect for us. It puts it in, so he's got like 1 or 2 Vine Whips extra, so we can come in. Oh, actually he had a full move, but that's fine. We can take the move, it doesn't really matter. And we're going to do that, and we'll just farm all the way down. So he's out of energy now, and yeah, we just farm all the way down, and he'll come back in now. If he comes back in with a G-Fist, we've got tons of energy, but he doesn't. He comes back in with Medicham. So this is another common line that you do see a fair bit, but what we can do here is he doesn't know what's in the back. So he's probably concerned about that and wants to keep a shield. Unfortunately, he's not shielded twice there, and then we go into the Azu. He goes into the G-Fisk, and it's pretty much GG's. He's got no health left on the Medicham. So we can shield here. This will be Earthquake. And he's got no health left on the Medicham, so he has to shield here. We're at the Hydro. Could be Hydro. He has to shield and play rough. Another play rough now would probably be enough and we could farm down. But at this stage, I've decided to go the Hydro to make sure of it. It's probably a misplay, to be honest. Play rough would have probably KO'd from there, but I've gone the Hydro anyway. Got a couple of extra moves through, but probably the play rough, and then I would have had another one ready for the Medicham. So he's thrown here, but he's only got Pup at the moment, so that's really good for us. But obviously, I reckon he's running Pup Ice Punch, so he had to Pup first. Ice Punch wouldn't have done enough, and the play roughs will KO here. So we're all good, and yeah, got that one done and dusted. All right, so next one here, Galvantula lead. Okay, so Galvantula is pretty good. They've got a shield, we've got a shield. Important to note that Volt Switch being a three turn move, you can actually throw in the middle of the Volt Switch animation and stop them from sacking. So I try and do that, but I'm not very good at it. And I'm also letting Volt Switches through, so I'm hopeless. But yeah, they have to shield, we have to shield, and at this stage we had a bit of lag there, which was not amazing. But what I can do here is outpace him to the move. So I don't think he's going to shield again. I think, and he's actually swapped into Stun Fist, which is really good for us because we needed that gone, and we can go into Azu here. And all we want to do here is make sure, so as he gets to the Earthquake here, what we want to do here is make sure that we build up a bit of extra energy because we want to make sure that that Galvantula throws. That's super important that they throw their energy. If they decide, oh, you know, we've got enough, we can farm down or farm extra energy, that's when we might get in a bit of trouble if he can get to another lunge. And so he comes in here and we're almost at the play rough and he throws. So yeah, he was fully aware, and now he's out of energy, which is even better for us. Because we can then come in with the Aboma and we'll just see what he wants to do here. Yeah, tried to sack again, and unfortunately for him, this is going to probably KO 50 times over. Bang, look at that, see you later, and comes back in and gets farmed down. So yeah, did his best there, but we had him on the ropes from the get-go. All right, in the next game here, Swampert lead, pretty good. I don't think they're going to stay in. So let's see what happens. Yep, they go into Stunfisk, and we just go into Azu. And look, as good as the matchup might look for Azu, it's not actually that good a matchup, particularly if they bait you. But my attitude towards this is I've got two things in the back that can handle the Swampert, so I'm not that fussed about winning switch. So what I want is shadows are no good without shields, so all I'm going to do is just grab both shields. So another move coming through here, all I'm going to do is just go double Hydro. And if he wants to double shield, he can be my guest. So Earthquake coming through now, and doesn't quite KO. Just my Azu is a slight bit XL. So yeah, I've got both shields, and I just quickly swap out to avoid getting farmed down, and this will KO the Stunfisk. And yeah, he's got to choose what he's going to bring in, and we're in a really good position here. We should be able to almost KO this Skarm before it can get to two moves. Before it can get to the Sky Attack, because we had excess energy there, but not quite. So he throws here, and that's perfect for us because we will get to the move now and KO. And the Swampert is not going to be able to get to two Earthquakes before we get to a Shadow Ball and KO it. So it'll come in. It's also forced to throw. So it's throwing straight away. It doesn't want to get hit by any moves. And so it's now out of energy, and the Jellicent's going to come in. And all I've got to do is get to a Shadow Ball. An Earthquake won't KO. Hydro won't KO. Hydro's resisted. And bang, that goes through. So he'd need 3 of those. And now he'd have to get an Earthquake off for it to work out. And the Shadow Ball will be enough to KO. So another solid win there. That Skarm's gone. There you go. See you later. Probably forgot about that. Lucky I was still clicking. All right, next game. Pelipper lead. All right, so Pelipper is a tough lead. You probably just need to swap out. You really need an energy advantage on a Pelipper. So just gone into the Jellicent here. Now, I'm not sure of the line here, but typically this could be the FP sticks in a reverse order. So could be anything. But what we're going to try and do here is we'll force a shield. And then we'll probably just look to come back in and maybe farm down with Azu or something like that. So we're going to let this one go. This will be Earthquake. They've Rock Slided. Okay, so that's really good play by them. They're going to farm us down now, which is terrible. So they've got a bit of extra energy. But we can come in with the Azu and we'll look to farm down. This will be Earthquake. Probably should have shielded this really, just to keep the Azu healthy. They've got the Pelipper in so they've got to decide if they're going to bring the Pelipper in or if they're going to bring the whatever they've got in the back in, potentially Venusaur. We'll have to wait and see. So I've got some energy now. What do they bring in? The Pelipper's coming back in. Throwing the play rough here does pretty significant damage, and just swapping now, and they've swapped and it's a Basti in the back. Okay, all right. Didn't predict that team, so that was... that's the Pelipper double steel line. Okay, yep. All right, so it's interesting that they're running that. I found that team doesn't really work once you get above 2,500 very well. People know how to play around it and they're very, very familiar with it. But yeah, unfortunately, I should have probably recognised that at the start of the game. And yeah, might have played it a little differently if I'd realised. Not sure if it's winnable, but yeah, might have stayed in at the start or something. All right, so great lead here. I think I'll lose this game, and the main reason I lose this game is I didn't. I was unaware that like he's staying in here, and this is a terrible matchup for Azu, but he's staying in. What that tells me is also weak to a Boma in the back. So he's double weak in an ABA kind of way. So what I should have done here is we're pretty much playing it like we are now. He's double shielding. Oh, sorry, single shielding. Now I can farm down. So let this one go. But what I should have done is so I should have farmed down. So he's obviously got a grass type in the back. And my play here is the Sableye comes in and I just stay in. And the reason I stay in is I want alignment with my... I want to be able to get the Azu on that because obviously it's not a great matchup otherwise. So they've got a grass type in the back. So and I'm stupidly they're going to throw the return here and I'm going to shield this. So unfortunately it's not looking good at all. And they bring the Venu in. I don't have Ice Beam. And the Jellison's going to get one shot here. So I guess what you could learn from this is I should have swapped the Jellison in to the Sableye. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's pretty much sacrificing that so I can then get my Azu aligned with the Sableye, and then the Abomasnow with shields down would have just absolutely blitzed that Venusaur. Anyway, as far as the team goes, really good. Abomasnow puts on a lot of pressure. No one expects double nuke on the Jellicent, and Azu just does Azu things. And yeah, so I used it for 2 sets, went 4-1-3-2, and obviously, as you saw there, there was one hard counter team and one misplay, so it could have even been better. So it's a pretty good team, pretty easy to use. The mons are fairly accessible at the moment, and thanks for watching.